It's early in the morning. I had to do a few things, but I'm just about out of the house. I was like, you know what? When it's in the morning, I'm gonna try do a live, even if it's in the car. Just do one of the lives and just talk about Man City as a club right now. And obviously, yesterday, Man City lost to Brighton. Man City scored first, and people were happy. Haaland scored, and everyone was excited, and things were good. Things were good, you know. We've scored. I saw people were happy, but obviously I wasn't feeling giddy. I was not excited when we scored because I knew, you know what, this might not last because it hasn't been great, and there's a lot of people I see. A lot of big Twitter pages, rival fans. Some of them are laughing, saying this is the end of Pep. Media has already started running. Is the Pep era over? Is Pep done at City? Is this it? Is this club going towards its end? Is this the decline? But I've been thinking for a minute. I was like, somehow we've not had Rodri, right? And we've been struggling. And we've had a very difficult start of the season. And as I said, I did a prediction that it wasn't great at all when we were playing against Chelsea. I know we won against Chelsea. Kovacic had a very good game, but even when we played Ipswich, things were not great. Southampton, things were not great. But what I've realized is this: we're still second in the table. Uh, Obviously, I said we got lucky in those games, but we're still second in the table, and we're 5 points behind Chelsea. No, Liverpool. Sorry, why am I saying Chelsea? Chelsea's dusted. We're 5 points behind Liverpool, and Liverpool are in top form, and yet City is not in top form, but they're still second. But that's two defeats, right? Two defeats, two draws, and we're second. Some people would take that spin it as a positive. Oh, that's a positive. Where we stink, we look bad. We've lost three in a row. That's Brighton. We've lost against Sporting. We've lost against Spurs. Obviously, that means we've lost in every competition we played. We lost against Bournemouth. That's four. So that's four defeats, right? And well, how you doing, guys? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. So that's four defeats. But there's a root cause to all this, by the way. And I've been thinking, Alvarez. I remember we were all going after him. I remember when Alvarez was being played as a number 10 by Pep Guardiola, including myself. We're like, this Alvarez guy, come on, let's get him out of the midfield. But I realized this. When KDB was injured and we had a poor midfield and Alvarez played in that midfield, Alvarez actually helped us because we actually drew games. We did not lose. We lost maybe once in a while, but we didn't lose four in a row. Alvarez was actually important. So it got me thinking, right? If Alvarez was that important to the team and we saw that Alvarez could cover for everybody, why the time when we were being linked with what's his name, Danny Olmo, who's a perfect guy for the position Pep wanted to play Alvarez, because Pep wanted a guy who can play as a striker and number 10, and Danny Olmo was perfect. But yet, after all the sales that the Man City board did, they sold a lot of players, they still didn't manage to sign anybody or a replacement for Alvarez. And when we were linked to Danny Olmo, I was excited. I was like, yes, even Eze. I was like, Eze, Danny Olmo, they're probably going to replace Alvarez. Then they came out, we can't replace Alvarez. So I'm asking this to the guys who are watching with me. I've been asking myself this question. Is it arrogance or were we just stubborn or too relaxed? And then I'm just starting with the Alvarez situation. That's before I move off to the Rodri. Because I'm trying to think and understand why all this has happened. Yes, players are injured. Oscar Bob was supposed to be the guy who was supposed to cook for us this season, but Oscar Bob got injured, unfortunately. So let me ask the guys in the comments. Big up to everybody in the comments, man. I hope you're well. Say hi, Patrick. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing good, man. Hello, how you doing, Patrick? Yesterday, even the players can't fight it. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, but it is what it is. There's absolutely no positive. I love the club to bits, and not winning the league is okay, but not showing the fight, no accountability is simply not acceptable. Carter, how you doing? Hope you're well, Carter. Yeah, I think that's what is pissing off everybody. I think people have to understand this. City fans are not crying, throwing the toys out of the pram. We don't have AFTV. Is it AFTV? Where we have people like Troops and DT shouting and cursing the manager. So people are not crying. The City fans are not crying. City fans just are saying, if we are going down this season, please let's go down with the fight. If we're going down this season, we just want to see a bit of a fight, because uh, some of the performances, especially second-hand performances in these games where we've lost, because we start well. We start very well in these games and we are dominating the ball. We're playing very well. Then all of a sudden, the opposition scores and then boom, the whole thing just falls to pieces and we have no answer. Now, I'm just asking this to the fans. Is this due to a bad transfer window? Because I said when we were linked to Dani Olmo and Eze, I was like, this is good. Eze and Dani Olmo will bring something different. They will replace Alvarez because Eze can play that false nine. Eze can play as a number 10. He can play as a winger. Dani Olmo, the same thing. He's very creative, but he's very good in the box. He's a goal scorer. So, first of all, did we let ourselves down? So these are the things I'm going to talk about. I'll talk about 5 things. Number 1, Alvarez. Did we really have to sell? Did we really have to sell Alvarez? Like, was it like a must for us to sell Alvarez, or they just sold Alvarez because they saw the money was good, or did we have to just put our foot down and say, Alvarez, you're in a contract, you're staying? Let me know in the comments. Number 1, we'll start with Alvarez. Did we have to replace him? Did we make a mistake not replacing Alvarez? Did we underrate as fans? Did we take Alvarez for granted? Did we not appreciate how important Alvarez was in this team? Because a lot of people, when he was leaving, they're like, yeah, thank God, let him go. Let him go. That's what people say. Let him go. If he wants to go, let him go. And we started making fun of him when he went to Atletico Madrid and he's sitting on the bench. So, first of all, I'll ask the fans, number 1, is the issue that we never replace Alvarez. Number 2, the fans were asking for a DM. Rodri was in the media every single interview after a match. Rodri was in the media saying, I'm tired. Rodri was in the media saying players are playing a lot of football. Says player with average quality was hard to keep as a sub. Selling him was not an issue. No replacing him is. That's a good comment. That's a good comment. That is a good comment. I'm going to pin that. That is a good comment. It says a player like Alvarez, you can't keep on the bench. But the issue is you don't replace him. By not replacing him, that is the big issue. And I think that's another thing. Apparently, the board need to sort this, or us fans will sort it out. How are you going to sort it out, though? How are you going to sort it out? It's peak at the moment. It's peak at the moment. It's over. It's over. I'm joking. So, number 2, Rodri was asking, saying, I need rest. Yet we played him so many games. Now, we go into the transfer window again. I'm talking about summer. There's rumors City want to buy Bruno Guimaraes. And City are interested in Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes says if City push, he's going to push. He will what? He will come to City. He's got 100 million release clause. That has to be paid at a deadline. Time keeps going. City are not triggering it. And City fans are asking for a DM. City fans are asking what's going on. We need a DM because Phillips is not rated by Pep. Funny thing is, Phillips has a very good preseason. That's what was funny too. Phillips had a very good preseason. But anyway, we knew that Pep doesn't rate Phillips. And City fans are asking, I remember people are asking, where's the DM? Where's the DM? And then Man City decide to, the 100 million expires. You can't pay it anymore. And Newcastle take advantage. They give the captain's armband to Bruno Guimaraes. And Bruno Guimaraes makes a statement that he's staying at Newcastle. And then you're like, okay, it means this is over. This is over. So basically, we're not getting a DM. And then it starts going to the fact there's rumors, oh, maybe they will sign the kid from Crystal Palace, Adam, from Crystal Palace. And then people are like, oh, yeah, maybe we're getting a DM. And then the fan base just accepted we're not getting a DM. And Pep comes out and say the squad is good enough. But there was a voice at the back of my head and people's head saying, as soon as Rodri gets injured in this team, how are we going to cope? Because let me say this. Some people say, oh, the backup was Kovacic. Kovacic was never brought to Man City to play as a DM. Kovacic is a box-to-box. Kovacic is a ball carrier. Kovacic came to Man City at the age of 30 to play next to Rodri in that team and take on the duties that Gundogan left. So number one, we said not replacing Alvarez was an issue. Number two, not getting a DM when Bruno Guimaraes was the guy we were after, and the 100 million will let it expire. And people say the 100 million was too much for Bruno. City were willing to pay almost 100 to 90 million for Rice. And what's 100 million worth if you know that if we don't have Rodri, we struggle. If we don't have a DM, we struggle in this team. So what's 100 million worth? You pay a price of a player how you want that player. That means City were too relaxed. They thought that Pep Guardiola maybe will find a solution as always. But there's no solution because when Rodri is never in this team looks below average. This team looks disjointed and we struggle, and we saw this last season when Rodri was injured. So, number three is the fact that maybe Pep Guardiola is not sure if he's staying or going. Does that put doubt in the fan base? Does that put doubt in the players? Are the players confused? Or that's the reason why some players are not that dedicated. They're like, I don't know if Pep Guardiola is staying or he's going. That uncertainty, like you're very uncertain. Like, oh, what's going to happen here? What's next? And when Pep is asked, he says, oh, we'll deal with that later. It reminds me of Klopp at Liverpool when he announced midway that he's leaving. It's how you doing, guys? As a lifelong City fan, I want a new manager. What, you want a new manager? Wow, are you serious? Or do you really want a new manager? Like, do you really want a new manager? I think Pep is declining. Wait, do you want to? Us fans will go on a strike. Oh, you want to? People are mad. Anyway, you want a new manager? Okay, so it's the fact that Pep Guardiola, nobody knows if he's staying at City or leaving. Does that cause concern in the dressing room that maybe they don't know what's going on? And then in that way, because we're not investing, we're not buying any players, maybe are they preparing for the next manager? The reason why they didn't buy players in summer, is it because they want to leave Pep with this squad and they will only invest in a new squad if a new manager comes in, because these are Pep's players, right? So is that the reason why they're doing that? That is my number three reason. So number one is Alvarez. We didn't replace him. Number two, should we have got a DM? Number three, the Pep not extending, not knowing if he's extending. He's got 6 months left, hasn't he? If I'm not wrong. So he's got 6 months left. So him not extending, does that put doubt in players' minds? I don't know. Let's see the comments here. It says, City should have gone for another DM. If they could not get Bruno Guimaraes, they should have signed a replacement for Rodri. Oh, that is a good point. That's a good point. The issue is once we get rid of inconsistent players like Jesus, Sterling, Zinchenko, Cancelo, we don't replace them with reliable players. Also, as long as our squad is kept come in order, yeah. Also along with that, our squad kept getting older. That's one of my points. We're going to talk about that as point number 4. Pep has not improved tactically for 2 years. Patrick said he will sort it out when he has a fan. We are tired. Okay, Okay. Big up, Patrick. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Um, Even the great club started to decline towards the end. Pep will too. We saw it with Wenger, Mourinho. Why should you wait until it's too late? What are your thoughts, guys? Do you think Pep is on the decline? Do people like? Is it a blip? Is it because Rodri is not here, or we have no DM, or Pep is actually on a decline? Let me know if that's true. So, as I said, number one, Alvarez. We didn't replace Alvarez with another striker, which you can see Haaland is playing all the games and he looks tired, and he's been missing in few games. Number two, we said DM. Should we have bought a DM? Number three, Pep's contract situation. Is it causing a bit of imbalance in the team and the fan base? Number four, the squad is just old. They're just old. They're just seasoned old. It doesn't matter because John Stones is 30 years old, gets injured a lot. Ake is 29, 30. Akanji is 30 years old. Ruben Diaz, I think 28. And Kyle Walker, 34 years old. KDB, 33, 34 years old. Gundogan, 34 years old. Kovacic, 30. I'm shocked Kovacic has stayed fit because Kovacic is usually injury prone. Is it because the squad is aging? And also, let's talk about this. When we talk about the squad aging, sometimes it's not only about age. It's also about fatigue. The fact that this squad has been playing at a high intensity, at a high level for so long. So number four is the squad aging. Jack Grealish, 29 years old. Bernardo Silva, 30 years old. Are they being run down? The fact that Pep says I prefer a small squad, is the squad fatigued? Is the squad tired? That's another thing you have to talk about. This squad has been going on and on for seasons. Big up to the squad, by the way, because they have done their utmost best. So is it the squad has been let down by the board? Because the board did not buy extra legs like a DM, knowing that this squad depends on a DM like Rodri. So is it that the board let down the squad, let down Pep? But the squad is aging, guys. Kyle Walker is a disgrace. He should never play for City again. Oh, Jesus Christ. People are on smoke here. So number four is we're talking about the squad age. You don't go back to your ex. Why did we go for Gundogan when Barcelona, who are below us, are willing to let him go? I think the fan base was happy with Gundogan coming back. The fan base was happy with Gundogan. Guys, like the vid. If you haven't liked the video, like the vid. We're just having a Sunday chat, just talking about issues. As I said, if you've just joined, we've spoken about City not replacing Alvarez. Was it a mistake? Haaland is playing all the games. We don't have any false nine or striker to replace him. Was Alvarez underrated by the City fan base? Number two, we talked about not buying a DM. Why not invest in a DM? If Bruno Guimaraes was there for the taking, why not just pay that 100? Because you needed him. Because even Bruno Guimaraes, he just doesn't play DM. He can play as a box to box. He can play as a midfield in other positions. Number three, we spoke about Pep's contract. Number four, we're talking about the age of the squad, that the squad is aging and the fatigue of the squad, the fact the squad is too small. Number five, my last point. Our team lacks goal scorers. Our team lacks goal scorers. If Haaland doesn't score, if Josko, who's the defender, is our second top goal scorer, it's a bad thing. Our squad lacks goal scorers. Thing about it is, in life is, I said this yesterday, and yesterday I was pissed off, not because we lost. I was pissed off because of the constant comments I get from people on Twitter, comments I get when I'm on streams, when I've been called to streams on other channels, rival channels, just because Patrick is not from Manchester. As I said yesterday, he lives in Ireland. His opinion on our team doesn't matter. What he says is not true. I remember I told people, I said it, that we can't have wingers who can't score goals. I repeat this. We can't have wingers who can't assist and score goals. Now, people told me that, oh, Pep likes wingers who do control. Oh, they control. They do control. Control is important. It's important when Haaland is scoring. It's important when Haaland is scoring, we ignore it. But trust me, look at it right now. How is it that all our wingers added together, they have one goal in the Prem? I think so. Doku, Savio, Foden, I'm adding Foden in there. Jack Grealish have got one goal combined. One goal combined. That's our wing. That's our attack. That's called an attack. Wingers are attackers, by the way. So Jack Grealish, Doku, Savio, and Foden. Foden, Doku, Savio, Jack Grealish have got one goal combined. That's another issue with the City team. Lack of goal scoring. If Haaland doesn't score, nobody scores in this team. So it's another thing that needs fixing. Our wingers need to step up. All our wingers need to step up. They need to contribute to goals, because even during this difficult moment, when when City used to struggle, when Fernandinho gets injured, the thing about City is Raheem, Sane, and the wingers then could score. Everybody in the City team could score. So in that way, we could outscore teams. But at this point in time, our wingers are toothless. Savio, yes, he looks good on the ball, but no goals. What I don't know, no goals at all. Doku doesn't score much anymore. He was scoring last season. This season doesn't score that much anymore. Grealish never scores. To be honest, he's always below 5 GA in a season. Foden, goal drought at the moment, not scoring. Only started working hard yesterday when we were 2-1. It's just we can't. The wingers can't score. And you can't only depend on Haaland. Haaland cannot be the only person in this squad scoring. Let me see the comments here. Sorry, I'm missing the comment. Jack Grealish is not clinical. Doc is not clinical also. Xavier is not clinical. Foden is not clinical. But now you see the fans want Pep to be. No, he's not gonna be sacked. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't have goal scoring wingers. That's the other point. No goal scoring wingers. Another comment says you don't go back to your. Yeah, I read that one already. Let's see another comment. I always complain about the aging players. Also, the boys have played so many games, hence City needed new players. That's the thing. We needed to refresh, but we didn't refresh. Were we too arrogant, too cocky? Let's be real. Gundogan has missed so many point-blank shots and headers at goals. That Gundogan of the old would have put that away. That's true. I get it that he's a legend, but let's not protect players at the expense of the club. That is true. We've been missing KDB. KDB is the guy. Yeah, but KDB is also aging. KDB is 34, 33 years old. The goals will come back when KDB starts playing regularly. Big up, Patrick. Big up to you, Fabrizio. Big up to you. Yeah, that's the issue. So that was my video. I just wanted us to have a chat and talk about things. So to also sometimes when there's issues at a place, it's good to stem. Like when I've studied business studies. So they tell you if you go to a business, you first have to study. If they tell you that you're here as a manager, you as a manager has to study the place, see why the place. If you go to a place where the things are still successful, let's say for instance, you go to a company where it's the top company in the world, and you've been employed in that company. First of all, you have to understand why the company has been successful for the amount of years and why they're top. And then you also have to understand that, okay, how can I make them better? If they're already successful, what can I do to make them better? How can I make them maintain being top? So that's what City had to do in the transfer market. Maybe we fumbled, maybe we didn't. We'll see anyway. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. But I just wanted to have a chat with you guys, just a simple chat, and I appreciate all the support. And guys, let's continue supporting the team. The team needs us right now. Win, lose or draw, we're still City until we die. So thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. All the guys in the comments, appreciate you all. We'll see what happens after the international break. Players will be back. We'll see what Pep Guardiola will come up with to fight this difficult time. Thank you very much.